It was a true honor to be able to join with so many others in the pilgrimage to Vimy, France, to participate in the rededication ceremonies of the monument at the 90th anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge. The ceremony itself far exceeded my expectations, and I'm so pleased that I had the opportunity to go. While this started as my accompanying the students, it soon became very personal to me, a time to remember my 3 uncles and my husband's great uncle, who all lost their lives in northern France during World War I. I decided to honor these young men by wearing a shirt with their photos on it and placing a wreath in their names upon the memorial after the ceremony. As I was walking to the monument, a woman about my age came to ask me about the men. She then showed me a photo of her grandfather, who also died at Vimy. Neither of us could say any more, for any words caught in our throats. It was very easy to share a hug with this woman, who was a complete stranger to me, for we each knew the emptiness the other felt. I know that it sounds odd to feel emptiness from so many years ago. If these men had survived the war, in all probability they would be gone now. But these were lives that ended far too early, lives we would have liked to be able to share. The hardest part for me was knowing that my grandfather and dad, my mother and her family, never saw where their sons and brothers were laid to rest, never able to stand over their graves to say goodbye. Very little is known about my husband's great-uncle Armand, other than that he and his brother Charles came from Belgium in 1911. It was reported that after some time Armand became homesick and wanted to return to his homeland. He enlisted in the military in Quebec in 1914. I would imagine expecting to eventually to be able to return home. Unfortunately, he lost his life before being able to return to his family. Living in England at the time, my mother was only 5 when her brother Willie was killed in the war, at the age of 19, so she had few stories to tell me about him. She did tell me of one time seeing a German Zeppelin floating silently across the sky, and the children running for cover. Of course she and her other brothers and sisters very greatly missed their older brother. Frank, my dad's oldest brother, wrote in one letter home, "If we do happen to stop a bullet, you will know we have done our duty for king and country." Frank also left behind in Canada his wife Nellie and his 2 daughters Edith and Lucy. My dad's only other brother, Arthur, was also in the war. It appears that Art and Frank stayed together through their months in France. I can only imagine how difficult it was for Art to lose his brother, to be able to continue with battle, to have his 24th birthday without family, only 2 days before he would once again join his brother. Art died the first day of battle at Vimy Ridge. He never did see their victory. These are only 3 families affected by the Great War. So many others suffered like circumstances, then only to be repeated years later in the Second World War. That is the main reason why I have felt it to be important to research the information and stories behind these young men. It is so significant to remember these men who gave everything they had to give. It is important to remember the people who gave everything they could and were able to return home to family, many suffering for numerous years from the after effects of the war, both in body and mind. Never again was the hope of all who participated, yet it seems that the battle for freedom never ends. Every time you thank a soldier today, you are thanking many. Do not let the sacrifice they are giving or have given be in vain.